What's up, guys? This is Coach JM here with the ROI Fitness Academy. Today we're going to be talking about a concept called progressive overload. Progressive overload is basically the cornerstone of building strength, seeing gains in the gym, and whether you're a beginner or a seasoned gym goer, you need to understand the tenets of it, how to utilize it in your gym routine so that you can see the best results possible. So progressive overload is basically just the gradual increase of stress on your body, on your muscles while you're training. You know, it can be an increase in weight, it can be an increase in reps, some sort of increase in relative intensity during your training session, week over week, month over month, so that your body continues to adapt, continues to grow. You know, if you just continue doing the old 3 sets of 10, you're going to hit plateaus really quickly. So we're going to go over several different ways today on how to utilize the concept of progressive overload and different ways that you can progress yourself without having to just add more weight. So one of the most obvious ways to practice progressive overload is just increase the actual load that's on the bar or dumbbell or machine, whatever you want. So if you've been squatting with 100 pounds, 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 12, whatever it is, add 5 pounds on the side, and then shoot for that number again if you can, but if you can't, that's okay, because you have increased the load on whatever exercise that you're doing. And so that's the most obvious way to start overloading progressively. So the second most obvious way is to increase the amount of repetitions that you're doing per set. So if you've been doing, again, the old reliable 3 sets of 10, maybe shoot for 12 reps that first set, and then 10 for the second, or maybe 12, 11, 10, or maybe 12, 10, 9, whatever you can do. But one more, okay. And that's how you overload progressively with repetitions. So another way to progressively overload yourself is you just increase the amount of sets that you're doing. So total volume, instead of maybe 3 sets of your old reliable exercise, maybe you add a 4th in after the same amount of rest period in order to get better volume in to progressively overload yourself that way. So decreasing rest time is another way that you can progressively overload yourself. So if normally you rest 90 seconds between sets, maybe you decrease that to 75 seconds, and before you know it, you'll have to go again, and that's another way to increase the intensity of the workout and thus increase your overload. So increasing the time under tension, or the amount of time it takes you to do a repetition, is another great way to progressively overload yourself. And this is a way you can do without having to add weight, right? I may could do this weight 20 times in a row, but if I'm counting to 3 on the way down, 3 on the way up, increasing the time that my muscles are under tension, I'm progressively overloading myself without having to increase the weight so significantly. So, as you can see, there are many ways to use progressive overload in the gym, even without adding weight to the barbell. So you can, again, add repetitions, you can add sets or total volume, you can decrease your rest time, and you can increase the time under tension. So all those are great ways to practice progressive overload, but I would say, before you add weight, I want to make sure that you are performing the movement safely, so with proper form, and to full range of motion. Because it might take some humility at first, but if you can get full range of motion with proper form, you raise your potential later on as you progressively overload in weight to have a higher ceiling. So we want to make sure that we're safe prior to adding weight there, but all the other tenets you can tinker around with as you're in the gym, making sure that you are continually challenging yourself so you can get great results in the gym. So that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something, and if you did, if you like our content, go subscribe to our page, give us a thumbs up, and why don't you comment below on what are some of the best ways that you like to use in the gym to progressively overload yourself. Until next time.